Welcome back to How to Be a Better DM, the official podcast of Monsters.rent. I'm Justin Lewis.
And I'm Tanner Wayland.
And we are here to help you tell better stories for yourself and your players as you dungeon master sessions of D&D, Dungeons & Dragons. We'd like to give you some quick announcements. We actually have one before the show, and then after the show, if you want to stick around, we have some more announcements then as well. But first, let's talk about this. Tired of being alone? Are you tired of not having any of your players understand you? Are you tired of never truly belonging? Well, you're in luck. All you need to do is join the Guild. The Guild is a unique and exclusive experience that is only open to Dungeon Masters. It is a full community focused on helping ease your DMing burdens. Want to meet other DMs? Join the Guild. Want to discuss your homebrew ideas with people who would appreciate it instead of just telling your cat? Join the Guild. Want to find a place where all your wildest dreams will come true? Join the Guild. Go to monsters.rent/guild and sign up today for free. Wait, that can't be right. Chuck, can you check this again? Is this supposed to be... What? Oh, they're serious? It's free? Oh, okay. All right. Yes, go to monsters.rent/guild and sign up today for free, even though they are crazy for giving this away for free. Common side effects may include burping, sneezing, laughing, breathing, hearing, listening, tasting, farting, critting, sarcasm, and in extreme cases, explosive diarrhea. Awesome. With that out of the way, we can get into today's show.
Sir, you and your companions are the only guests who are here completely by chance. That is why you four must be in charge of the entire investigation. Even I myself, as a servant of the house, must be placed under suspicion. Since you showed up as the murder was supposedly taking place, it can be assumed that none of you were responsible. Add to that the fact that you all arrived in town not but 2 hours ago, never having journeyed here nor making the acquaintance of Sir Merrimont. I feel therefore reasonably comfortable trusting this investigation to you. The old gnome butler bows gracefully and excuses himself to see to other duties. It is then that you and your companions return to the dining hall to see the other dinner guests. You'd come here seeking a favor from Sir Merrimont to help in another quest you are engaged in. When you arrived at the manor, you were invited in and were waiting for about 30 minutes before screams were heard and the bloody body of Sir Merrimont discovered. The Great Hall is a resplendent room with beautiful tiled floors and amazing reliefs on the walls. The room is taken up by a beautiful table set for 8 guests. All the chairs are filled but one, that of Sir Merrimont. The guests look at each other nervously. You and your companions look at each other nervously and shrug. So what would you like to do? Welcome back to the 18th episode of How to Be a Better DM. I'm your host, Justin Lewis. Yes, I do have a name, and we're here, you and me, to help you create better, more immersive stories for yourself and your friends as you DM a session of Dungeons & Dragons 5e. As we all know, creating a new campaign is hard. It gets much easier when you have a great idea that is simple enough to start with, but has relatively little worry or complication. So here are a few D&D campaign ideas for beginners. Number 1, rescue a damsel in distress. This is the classic trope. A specific damsel has been stolen, and a specific group has stolen her. You get to choose who the damsel is, and even the form of the damsel, and the group that stole her, or if she was stolen by one nemesis. You can draw this campaign idea out as long as you want, or make it a single session storyline. Makes it real simple for a novice DM. All you got to do is plug in the exact details. Number 2, recover an artifact. It's the classic Indiana Jones switching a bag of rocks for an artifact story. General idea of the story is this. A powerful magical or non-magical artifact is somewhere and needs to be brought somewhere else. Whether the artifact was originally stolen is up to you. Whether the artifact is guarded by enemies is up to you. How far away the artifact is up to you. You can make this, again, as complicated or as simple as you want. You can even connect this storyline with others within your campaign or leave it as a standalone story. Again, just plug and play. Number 3, carry a message. Get your adventurers to take a message from one place to another. You can add in as many difficulties as you like, but you can add in as many difficulties as you'd like. Maybe the message needs to be taken behind enemy lines during a major war engagement. Or perhaps the message needs to get to and convince a leader who is malignant towards the adventurers. You can spice this up easily by connecting the message to one of your adventurers' backstories. Like maybe the message you are sent to deliver is your execution notice. Dun dun dun! Number 4, Beast Hunter. This one is simple. There is a beast. There are people who want the beast to be no more. There is a reason the adventurers would be okay getting rid of the beast. In most situations, there will either need to be some sort of reward for the adventurers or an intense moral connection for the adventurers to have a reason to care about whether or not the beast exists. Like maybe the adventurers have an ideal that all children should be saved, and the beast keeps eating children. That's an example. Again, this scenario works for all levels and can be made more complicated as desired by simply making the beast farther away or spicing up the story a little bit. Number 5, on the hunt for lore. Rather than hunting a beast, this scenario sends the adventurers to hunt down information. You can make the task easier by identifying the place the knowledge must be acquired. For example, you can find this knowledge in the library of Ezequam. You can add in adversaries who want the knowledge to remain hidden to make it more difficult as well. There are barbarians who guard the library of Ezequam and make sure no one trespasses. Stuff like that. Basically, you need to go find a fact. This is kind of, maybe it shouldn't be called On the Hunt for Lore, but Quest to the Library is probably a better name. Number 6, interception! A nice simple start to a campaign is sending your players to intercept something that is traveling somewhere for some reason. They could intercept a messenger, a hunting party, a dragon, or whatever else. You can make the intercept location basically anywhere that makes your story more interesting. You could even make the intercept location a place where the plot complicates much more and turns your story on its head. For example, you are sent to intercept a messenger who is taking a message to an enemy king, but you intercept him right as the enemy king's army comes over the hill and moves to attack you and your companions, meaning, yeah, the war has already started and the messenger was already too late anyways. Stuff like that. Number 7, survive the waves. This one's, I think, completely different than all the other ones because all you do is have your players start somewhere that is under threat. And the characters have to survive waves of enemies or threats, I guess. And this could be, in a war, maybe a village is under attack from some tribe of raiders, or you could have them on an island that is facing a hurricane, or whatever it is. The players will have to use their wits, not just their skills, to keep themselves alive, because you only have so many spell slots, and you're going to run out, so you got to think on your feet. Help may or may not be coming, you can choose, but survival feels doubtful unless something magic happens, right? This one's kind of an interesting one. So there you have it. There are 7 quick ideas, campaign ideas for beginners. Number 1, rescue a damsel in distress. Number 2, recover an artifact. Number 3, carry a message. Number 4, beast hunter. Number 5, on the hunt for lore or trip to the library. Number 6, interception. Number 7, survive the waves. And here's a quick formula for you. If you haven't figured it out yet, a simple formula you can use for a lot of story campaign ideas is player characters need to travel to point B to do some specific action. So kill, protect, convince, intercept, find, stuff like that. Specific action that affects a third party who is contrary to the desire of the group. Here's the simple formula. Group must go to blank to do blank, so opposing group blank can't do blank. Use that formula to start many, many stories and weave incredible tales for yourselves and your friends. As always, it's been a pleasure to hang out with you guys. If you liked today's show or have suggestions about it or other episodes, reach out to me on Instagram at Geronimo Levis. That's my personal account where we can continue the conversation. Make sure you follow the show, leave a rating and review. That would be so very awesome of you all. Last of all, come back next week for another great and amazing, perfect show from Justin Lewis. Perfect. But until then, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Thank you for listening to today's show. We really appreciate your support and your patronage. We have a few more announcements to go over. First,
did you ever fall in love with the library as a kid? It was a place where you could experience 1,000 stories without having to buy 1,000 books. That is what Monsters.rent can do for your D&D campaign. You can rent and swap out as many quality miniature monsters and creatures for your D&D party as you could ever want, without having to buy them. You can rescue villagers from a kobold camp, or lead your party through the fighting forest, or many more adventures. We're coming out with new bundles all the time. Just sign up for our subscription to get access to your own personal library of minis. Go to monsters.rent to find out more. That's the website. Monsters, with an S, .rent. Get your library pass to a world of minis today.
we also wanted to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Stardust and Dragons. I'm going to let one of the cast of Stardust and Dragons, Christian Hatcher, and his crew tell you a little bit more about it.
This August, a new adventure podcast is coming to a platform near you, filled with action,
You one of the two of them. We can't keep taking hits like that.
drama,
Everything that she's been doing, everything she's going to do, finally sets in.
and stardust.
Help! Help! Someone, please!
Find out more about this epic odyssey at stardustanddragons.com, where adventure awaits in the stars.
That's all the announcements we have today. Again, thank you so much for everything you do for us. You make this show possible. Like we said before, we'll be back next week with another great episode, and until then, let's go ahead and roll initiative.